I love Friends of Recovery.
It has been amazing. They have brought me closer, to God and Jesus. They have reopened my faith in other aspects I didn't know really to rely on Him.
I started going to sisterhood meetings, and I met Helena.
And I was actually a resident for 2 years at Aruka. I came right after treatment, and it really saved my life.
While I was there, I found out about Friends in Recovery.
I kept on going back to meeting, and every time I went back, I was like, these are my people. Like, they were so supportive and loving, and they didn't care about your past, And that was one thing that I really loved about it, is that there's like unconditional love.
It was probably the best thing that ever happened to me.
Trying to find a sober living, I happened to find this place, which I think God had to help me find this place because it's perfect.
I had tried just regular sober living before. After treatment, I've been in residential treatment 4 times for alcoholism. And this last time I knew that I needed to do something different. I needed to be surrounded by a Christian community.
There was times that instead of sleeping at home, I would sleep on the bus.
People I hung around were acquaintances. They weren't really friends like they are here, Actually, the accountability I had was through the motions. It wasn't really from the heart.
I was lonely. I mean, just a lonely, terrible feeling. Just lost.
The thing about being around the people that we love and worshiping together has been really beautiful, and the fear has left. I think that was what drove a lot of my anxiety as a kid.
I have constant support around you.
The accountability I have here is better than I could have asked for anywhere else.
Very much about accountability, and it's a built-in thing that we want to do. And I think every woman that has stayed, that has wanted to get better, having accountability and having people to turn to when we start to go wayward, and having daily contact with other women is so impactful.
I'm so grateful that I have a home to come home to where there's other women I can talk to. I'm not alone. If I'm feeling squirrely up in my mind, I can talk to them. They know exactly what I'm going through.
Support in ways, it's like it's not judgmental. Budgeting, things we don't do well, organizing our schedules, figuring out how to juggle being a single parent. One of the biggest things to me is like not having to choose less for my kids, because that's what I would have done to survive. Would have been, I will go back to this toxic relationship that got me here in the first place.
My faith has grown. I used to always joke about it and say, I got about a half a mustard seed. But here I think I got a full mustard seed. Here today I can say I got a full mustard seed.
I'm reading God's word and knowing that He's with me every day and that He keeps me sober.
I've always believed in Jesus. I've always believed in God, but I never really had as a forefront. And Friends Recovery has definitely helped me grow with that and understand, He does, and they've helped me grow in His word with questions I've had.
Something pops up, I just turn it over and I'm like, okay, God, you got it. I don't. I'm taking the day off. It's your plan, not mine. Because when I take charge, I get drunk. When I give it to you, I stay sober. It works out. Things turn out the right way.
Me, not thee. And that was one of the biggest things that this place has really helped me put Him first, in a sense of, I see Dennis, I see Todd, I see Jay, I see all the guys that I meet here are putting God first. And if they don't know the answer, they pray for it. And that is like a role model that I needed. I really do need.
I found joy in so many different places.
Of course, you should take care of yourself emotionally, physically, but spiritually is the key. It's given me peace.
Somebody's struggling out there with addiction, depression, I would reach out and get help. Because that's what I did. It took me on a great path. A great journey. It's not over yet.
I don't care who you are. Everyone deserves a chance to get sober. And they're worth it. I don't care what you've done in your life. Everyone deserves a chance. And if we're judging you, we're not loving you. That's the biggest lesson I've learned. If you're struggling, just don't give up. Never. You're a child of God.
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel. Even when you don't feel like there's a light, there's always a light. And God's got you 100%.
As alone as you feel, the second that you turn to others, you realize that your story is just part of the same fabric that everyone else has. not that you're not unique, but your story's not unique. And that is something that's really beautiful. You realize that you're not separate. You are a part of, and you know, sometimes it takes losing a lot to really appreciate building a life again, and building a life that is based on trust and faith and love.
But my goal is I want to grow with Christ. That's been my goal since I've been here. I want to grow in my faith.
Give Friends of Recovery a chance.
Friends of Recovery is a great place.
It gives me the opportunity to be there for my family. They're just love. I couldn't ask for better people to be in my life. They support me. They're there for me, even when I'm just venting. They pick up their phones. They call back. I never knew I could have so many people love me so much.
I think what Friends of Recovery is doing is so unique.
I've met some truly, truly amazing people and started friendships that are going to last the rest of my life. I know that Ashley and I are going to be okay. And even my 17-year-old Nathan, we're going to be okay. God's got us. He's not brought any of us this far to drop us.
This home is providing is a chance for me to step out on my own with my children into a world that is better for them.